Today's topic for discussion is wilt disease of pigeon pea. Pigeon pea is a very important pulse crop in India as well as throughout the world. And pigeon pea is important crop of dryland agriculture. It is cultivated in more than 25 tropical and subtropical countries. Pigeon pea make a well-balanced human food. It is richest source of protein. And it is grown as a single crop or it is grown as a mixed crop with cereals or maize, sorghum, finger millet, etc. Even the pigeon pea is grown in mixed with groundnut, green gram, black gram, soya bean, etc. A major pigeon pea growing states of India are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. These states of India produce they grow extensive pigeon pea in their fields. Okay. And pigeon pea is a leguminous crop and it has ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen that enrich the soil with nitrogen and that is beneficial for next crop. Next. The pigeon pea, it is a Kharif season crop. And what is Kharif crop? The crops that are sown at the beginning of the rainy season are called as Kharif crop. Okay. And the pigeon pea is commonly known as red gram. It is also known as red gram or it is also known as tur. India ranks first in area and production of pigeon pea. India produces world's 67% of pigeon pea and Maharashtra produces about 30% of national production. Next, this is a pigeon pea photograph is shown and food value of pigeon pea that it is the source of protein, dietary fibers present in the pigeon pea, various vitamins, thiamine, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, copper, manganese, all these are present in the pigeon pea. Next, all the stages of plant growth that are susceptible for the attack of the pathogen. Susceptible means that can attack very easily. The susceptible plant do not restrict the pathogen when it occurs inside the host and they get easily infected. Such plant they are called susceptible plant. Mostly the plants get attacked by soil-borne pathogen or seed-borne pathogen. The Sushrita Naik in 2017, she has reported that there are 90% losses caused due to wilt disease of pigeon pea. Next, what type of symptoms are caused due to the wilt disease in the pigeon pea? That is loss of turgidity. Loss of turgidity of leaves takes place. Interveinal chlorosis is very common and drying of leaves get dried. Heavy defoliation takes leaves fell off on the ground, that is defoliation. And plugging of vessels in the because of the fungal growth. The vessel get blocked by the growth of the fungus. Purple band occur on the stem which extending upward from the base. And at last entire plant get dried. This is the vertical section of the pigeon pea infected stem. The red color of the xylem is shown in the photograph and that red color is formed only due to the interaction of the pathogen and host. This is the transverse section of infected stem of pigeon pea and the vessel showing the hyphal threads and all the vessel get blocked by the hyphal threads, therefore there is no supply of water from to the upper part of the plant because of growth of fungi in the vessels. Therefore the upper part of the plant that get affected and that shows yellowing of leaves, turgidity, loss of turgidity of leaves, defoliation, all these symptoms occur only because of the no supply of water because of growth of fungi, growth of this fungus inside the vessels. Okay, next. This is the field, photograph of field. There are many healthy plants are shown as well as the dried plant is shown. One plant here in the photograph that is shown, that is dried plant. That means the wilt infected plants are easy to observe in the field. Easily we can identify the dried plant in the field, and that is because of the wilt disease. Next, the wilt disease of pigeon pea that is caused by a fungal pathogen which is known as Fusarium oxysporum form species udum. This fungus produces three types of spores, and that reproduces asexually, or it produces three types of spore, that is Microconidia, Macroconidia and Clamato. This is the Microconidia. For this fungus do not produce conidiophores. The fertile hyphae produces Microconidia at its tip in presence of favorable environmental conditions and enough food material. The Microconidia are very small, aseptate or single septate, elliptical, hyaline, that is colorless, and they are generally produced in masses in a group, and each conidium measures 6 to 11 into 2 to 3 millimicron in size diameter, and they are produced on the simple or clustered or vertically branched hyphae. Macroconidia, these are slightly large sized conidia produced by the fungus. The fungal fertile mat of the fungus that is known as sporodochium, on which the fungal hyphae, the fertile hyphae are there, on which the Macroconidia are produced. The Macroconidia are hyaline 3 to 5 septate, and they falcate, that is slightly curved or hooked. Such structures are the Microconidia. And the Fusarium oxysporum that also produces another type of spores, that is Clamato. Clamato are oval or spherical, and they are produced singly or they are produced in a series. They are thick walled spores and mostly produced in unfavorable environmental conditions, and they measure about 5 to 10 millimicron in diameter. Next, this is the pure culture of Fusarium oxysporum from our laboratory of botany, Dr. Rafiq Zakaria College for Women, and this is pure culture of Fusarium oxysporum. Next, inoculum. What is inoculum? A small quantity of the pathogenic organism which is enough to cause the disease, that is called inoculum. The inoculum of the pathogen occurs in soil, occurs on plant debris, it also occurs on seed, or it also during storage. During harvest period, what we do, we store all the seeds on the directly on the soil surface. That also responsible to get the fungus, the seeds get infected because of soil-borne fungi. Next, required environment. What type of environment is favorable for the growth and disease development? Growth of the pathogen and disease development. Warm temperature is most favorable. Temperature between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius is favorable for the wilt disease of pigeon pea, which is caused by Fusarium oxysporum form species, that udum. And dry soil conditions having 25% water holding capacity, that is favorable for the growth. Disease was severe at warm temperature, that is 20 to 27.5 degrees Celsius, reported by researchers. Next, this disease management, you have to use the disease-free seeds for sowing purpose. Mixed cropping is another remedy to avoid the disease. Rotate pigeon pea with sorghum, tobacco or castor every 3 years, and uproot wilted plants and burn it away from the field to decrease the disease intensity in the field. Avoid susceptible varieties for sowing purpose. This is one of the experiment it has performed in our laboratory. A chemical chlorothalonil is tested against Fusarium oxysporum, and 100 ppm inhibit 100 ppm of this chemical inhibited the growth in vitro studies after 6 days result. This is the after 6 days. Next, thank you very much. Save trees, save earth.